Now, we're taken out. In new tramways. This is the first of a series of tramways that are in the first instance going to circle the entire city of Paris. The present line circles about 1/3 of it. See, all of this green space didn't exist before. And when you're living here, it makes it really much more agreeable. What has happened has been that the real estate values have skyrocketed. Where the trams stop, and right there you have a whole bunch of Velibs. So the Velib system is in a way the other half of the tram system. All of these bits and pieces work together. So what happens is that the light is green, and it means that this bicycle is available. So what I do is I check the tires, I check the chain to make sure that it's in order, I check the brakes, so I've got a vehicle that's in good order, and all I have to do is push this button, put on my card, pull it out, and I'm ready to go.
How do you find the Velib cycles?
I really like them. I used to have a bike when I lived in Paris, and so it was really nice to come back and to be able to have a bike here. So.
Do they have a system like this in London?
No, unfortunately not.
Do you think it would be useful?
It's a very different city. It's much bigger, so I'm not sure if it would work quite as well, but it would be really good. I would like it a lot.
And so when you were living here in Paris, the Velib didn't exist?
No.
So this is something new to you?
Yes.
And do you think it's made a difference to the quality of the city?
I think it's really, really good, and I think it's really good for tourists as a way to kind of discover the city. You see much more on a bike, so no, I think it's really changed Paris.
So now I have to check in my bicycle. So I do this, I get next to the station, and it's a little bit tricky the first times. You just line it up, and you jam it in the best you can. You can see. There you go, it turns yellow. And then it will turn green, hopefully. And when that happens, it means that the bicycle has been placed back. I'm no longer responsible for what happens to it.
Le bateau Velib, où les JC Deco, en fait, organise la maintenance des vélos Velib dans ce bateau. Et ce bateau donc se déplace. Systems of transportation. One system is pavements, sidewalk, so very large. This is cycle path. This is the bus lane, so you can see some mobilia coming, and also some tourist bus. And you have also the 4 lanes road for the cars.
Monsieur Jean, vous pouvez nous expliquer le concept derrière les quartiers verts à Paris, parce que est-ce que c'était qu'il n'y avait pas assez de verdure à Paris qu'on a pensé de ça, ou c'était quoi le concept?
Alors, dans les petites rues, on ne peut pas mettre de couloirs. Hein, et donc...
In the smaller streets, we could not have divided lanes. So in the interiors areas between the larger roads, there are smaller streets where we limited the speed to 30 km/h to slow down the circulation. We also widened the pavements, for example in front of schools. We protected pedestrian paths or elevated them. And when we could, we planted some trees and created smaller public spaces to encourage social interactions.
quartier vert of Beaubourg. There's the center of Pompidou, just right next door. And in this area, the speed limit is limited to only 15 kilometers per hour, which is the concept of the quartier vert to slow down the speed at which vehicles move. There are streets in this region which are only pedestrian. Here you can see also a Velib station, so people are allowed to cycle. There's a seating for some restaurants, and so they've created this public space where cars are not allowed and pedestrians can move around at ease and with safety.
Alors avant, il y avait impossibilité de marcher sur les trottoirs, les vitrines la place était complètement encombrée par les camions et camionnettes des marchands, que ce soit le matin ou l'après-midi. Et puis il y avait une propreté un petit peu qui laissait à désirer, puisque le revêtement du sol était vraiment un vrai buvard. Donc tout restait vraiment bien dans le sol, c'était très très difficile à nettoyer, malgré les efforts du service de nettoiement. Voilà. Et maintenant donc les trottoirs sont plus larges, donc les gens circulent mieux, c'est plus facile à nettoyer, donc c'est plus propre après le marché. Il y a moins de places de stationnement. Pour le commerce, c'est peut-être moins bien, mais comme de toute façon, c'est les camions qui les occupaient, on nous voit et les gens sont très contents.
C'était tout juste après la guerre, dans un petit bal qu'avait souffert, sur une piste de misère, il y en avait deux à découvert, parmi les gravats ils dansaient.